This story is a work of fiction. Similarities between characters or events to persons living or dead in your world are purely coincidental.
By stating this game is already begging to be sinned. What is wrong with these people? I know that they're alert because the police are here, but why the heck are they acting as if they're about to encounter a phantom? Okay, I'll see myself out.
Good, now get running!
This is our only chance!
Stay calm, you can get away now! We'll retrieve the briefcase on our end.
I get that you guys are worried, but could you guys at least consider talking after I make my escape first and not in the middle of it?
Good, now get running!
This is our only chance!
Stay calm, you can get away now! We'll retrieve the briefcase on our end.
I never thought about it before, but how are you guys communicating with each other? Is everyone wearing communication devices? How? There is not a single scene that indicates anyone specifically handing communication devices to the party. This shadow should not exist in this palace not unless you reach the depth of Mementos.
Even you can't take on this many!
Excuse me, I can't take on that many? Well, why don't you go ahead and do the fighting since you claim I'm not up for it?
See ya.
What a show-off. You're so reckless, you know that?
I know this is cool and all, but Joker should have sustained any sort of injury from a fall like that. This is a teenager too, if I might add. That's what you get for being cocky. Yeah, Joker should have sustained back injuries from that fall.
We are going to make you understand. One must take full responsibility for their actions.
Well, you're one to talk. You overlook so much shit that I wonder if you're irresponsible or just downright lazy. If you noticed, I'm referring to the protagonist as Joker to make it easier and avoid confusion. I'll be calling him that until the end of this video, even though I chose his canon anime name.
You Prosecutor Sai Nijima? I just got off the phone with your director. Hurry and get it over with. To be frank, you're being an inconvenience.
Ugh, why does this guy sound like he got kicked in the balls several times and had mental disabilities afterwards?
Your time will be cut short. We can't permit you to talk with him for long.
Cut short? For how long? They didn't mention a specific timing for her to work with, so my guess would be an hour or two? How else would Joker tell her about all the shenanigans he went through up until this point in less than that?
You are held captive, a prisoner of fate to a future that has been sealed in advance. This is truly an unjust game. Your chances of winning are almost none. But if my voice is reaching you, there may yet be a possibility open to you. I beg you, please overcome this game and save the world.
Overcome your fate and save the world cliché. I like how Joker is so chill when an abnormal phenomenon occurs before him. Or is he aware that he's hallucinating? Oh, so he was hallucinating. Well, sure, don't think about the abnormal phenomenon that you just witnessed. Like ever. We place characters in the beginning with the more polished models and face portraits to show you which confidant you'll be dealing with in the first 2 hours of the game.
This is your room. I'll at least give you sheets for your bed. You look like you want to say something.
Okay, Sojiro, I know that you're a good guy and all, but couldn't you at least hire a fucking cleaner to clean the cluttered attic? You know, the place where the main character will be sleeping in until the next year?
I'm Sadayo Kawakami. Here's your student ID.
How the hell did the principal not get a look at this flyer? And why the hell would Kawakami bring it to the school with her?
Here's a diary. Make sure you keep it up to date. You may be under probation, but there's no special limitations on what you do in particular. Besides following the law, that is. However, I'm obligated to report on you, which is why I'm having you record your daily activities.
After this scene, he literally forgets about the diary until the game is over. I want to know what would his reaction be if he regularly asks Joker about the diary. I bet confusion would be the most prominent reaction.
You're from Shujin, right?
What? No other high school's got a uniform like this.
Ryuji would be excellent at game sense. Let me throw you the obvious cliched persona setup. A second-year student, to be specific, transfers to a city or a place and it just so happens to be a last-minute decision for some stupid reason. The MC meets one of the main characters, then boom, unusual incidents occurring. The creepy app opened itself and sent both Joker and Ryuji to a castle because plot.
Be glad that your punishment has been decided upon. Your charge is unlawful entry. Thus, you will be sentenced to death.
I cannot take royalty from the medieval area seriously. Literally, the smallest mistake inside a castle can get you killed for no reason at all. The ego of these kings from the medieval era must be so fragile. I want to know what was the character designer's preference that led him to come up with the design of Kamoshira's shadow. Because no one in their right mind, especially a king, would go around wandering in his castle in a semi-feminine pink underwear.
Take this! Lily scum! Useless pest!
Where'd your energy from earlier go? A peasant like you isn't worth beating.
But you already gave him that beating.
I'll have you killed right now.
Since this is the royal version of the game, the designers made huge upgrades in terms of the mechanics, the graphics, the character models, and the voice acting, but never bothered to allow Joker's voice actor to voice his lines when choosing his answers in-game, which is a huge missed opportunity for them. It would have added a nice touch to the usual plain silent protagonist. I like how deaf Kamoshida is during the entire sequence of Joker screaming in agony due to his persona's awakening.
Ha! You like that, you son of a bitch? You mean this? Okay, it's locked.
It's funny how the king has been locked in the horny jail by two minors. How convenient that there is a fucking hole in the wall that allows you to reach the other side without anyone noticing. And what's more funny than that is that the cell leading to said hole is open.
Don't call me a cat. I am Morgana.
Morgana.
Looks like it's not about capturing us anymore. They're out for blood.
Was that not what these guys have been doing from the start?
I feel like I've seen what this dude's wearing before. Ah, damn it! I'm too flustered. I can't remember anything right now.
What the hell do you mean you can't remember? This is your school's PE uniform. You should recognize it from a glance. Get it together, Ryuji.
There!
You should have listened to me.
You would have run into these guys and fought them anyway had he also chose to listen to you.
But what about you?
There's something that I still have to do.
Like what? Survey the palace? We probably gotta do nothing until both Joker and Ryuji come back the next day.
We were trying to get to school, and we ended up at this weird castle.
What? Hand over your bag. You better not be doing any drugs.
Why would you think that?
Well, of course he does, Ryuji. Anyone would think that you are on drugs if you say that you experience a bizarre phenomenon quite openly.
Where were you roaming around until this time?
A castle?
So you have no intention of giving an honest answer?
What's this about a castle?
First of all, how the hell can you not recognize an honest answer if it was presented to you? Second of all, how convenient it is that Kamoshida shows up at the exact timing where his palace is mentioned.
The school turned into an old castle? A talking cat? Are you hallucinating from an overdose?
Saya would be excellent at game sense.
And you haven't dyed your hair back to black either.
Dyeing your hair blonde is considered a sign of delinquency, yes, but why the hell are you upset about that and not upset that Joker's party members are not wearing the exact same uniform anyone should be wearing? I mean, there's a reason why it's called a uniform.
I wonder if we can go back to that castle again. Ah, forget it. It must have all been a dream. It has to be.
If what happened to you was a dream, wouldn't you feel any kind of pain considering the beating you took from those asswipes earlier? Or even check to see if there were any bruises on your body? Think, Ryuji, think.
She's so thin. It's not fair. I've got my hair in a ponytail too.
Okay, and what's that got to do with being thin?
This guy would be excellent at game sense.
What's the answer?
This is it.
In the Persona games, the students would react in awe when any protagonist answers a question correctly, which is bullshit, because there's no way that they'll still keep reacting like this if they already know that he's a genius.
Oh, wait, this is it! I knew it! It is a navigation app! There's even your search history! Oh man, I'm such a genius!
Not a genius, but that proves at the very least that you can use your head every now and then.
Kamoshida. Shujin Academy. Pervert. Castle. Beginning navigation.
So this is an inconsistency that this game pulls right from the start, and that's the keywords of the palace. For Kamoshida and Madarame, they had 4 keywords: a name, a place, a distortion, and a kind of inciting drive that correlates with the 7 deadly sins. That inciting drive is present only for Kamoshida and Madarame, and is not mentioned at all for the rest of the palaces, which begs the question, how the hell did they leave an inconsistency like this without taking into account that anyone would notice this?
This is our infiltration point.
Ain't that where we escaped out of last time?
That's right. Not barging in through the entrance is one of the basics of phantom thievery.
How are we supposed to know about that stuff?
Bro, this is the most basic thing to do to not get caught. Yeah, no, there is no way that this guy could be alive after multiple shots from a cannon like this, even if we were in the cognitive world. Even though this is my New Game Plus playthrough, and I could easily mop the floor with these guys, but it doesn't happen, because plot. Oh, and it occurs several times throughout the story, so I'm gonna add 5 cents because of this, and move on. Also, JRPGs are huge time wasters that I'm forced to do New Game Plus only instead of starting a new game and then do New Game Plus afterwards. And I'm not about to do that because it would take ages. I don't know why, but sometimes the awakenings of the party members feels a bit too exaggerated or too dramatic for my taste. In the beginning of the game, when you awaken to your persona and free Mona, you notice that the gun command is not available until you receive the gun from Ryuji the second time you enter the palace. I have to wonder why exactly does Ryuji and the rest of the Phantom Thieves automatically have their predetermined gun available to them when they awaken to their persona and not Joker.
Did you find them?
How are these stupid shadows not capable of finding them even though they just went in one direction, then turned left where the ventilation shaft is? Or is this a case of bad enemy AI, even in the cognitive world? Something that really doesn't bother me but affects the pace of the story for a lot of people is that at certain points the scene will shift back to the interrogation room with Sae, where she will basically spoil the story by revealing who the Phantom Thieves have targeted from Kamoshida up to herself. It's genius for those who are eager to know what happens next, but miserable for those who wouldn't like their pace to be disrupted each and every single time with the excessive use of flash forwards. The same thing can be said about establishing confidants, where it flashes forward to Sae questioning you of all the confidants except for herself, the twins, and Igor.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the chariot persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
I'm not the only one who thought about this, but how funny would it be to hear this soundtrack and this dialogue playing each and every single time you meet someone new?
What? The hell, man? How much shittier can that asshole get? But just hearing your story makes me angry.
No, Ryuji, you should definitely calm down. You're causing a disturbance because of your loud voice.
Today, you entered a partnership with someone who awoke to the same power, did you not? Involving yourself with others is an important foundation for your recovery. You've done well. That said, I am not advising the formation of superficial relationships.
Just imagine if something like this was an actual gameplay mechanic that might aid or hinder your progress in the story depending on your choice. It would have been way more interesting that way.
How annoying. We've barely started high school and already they're making us play at a volleyball rally? And why are they pitting us against the teacher team? Kamoshida's gonna crush us.
There are way too many people in this game that are excellent at game sense. If this keeps up, I'll be crushed by the competition.
Proving that he's physically abusing us is meaningless. Everybody knows. Our principal, our parents, they all know, and they all keep quiet about it.
I find it hard to believe that not even a minority of the parents nor the students went apeshit on Kamoshida, the principal, or the school. And since they knew about the abuse and willingly kept quiet about it to benefit from Kamoshida's success instead of opposing it, makes the struggle of the students who endured the abuse worthless. I'd even say they deserve it.
Wait, were you listening? Haven't you heard of privacy?
I don't think yelling in public is registered as privacy in my book.
If I turn him down, he said he'd take my friend off as a regular on the team. I've been telling myself this is all for Shiho's sake.
Not that I feel bad for you, but why did you think that this would be the best course of action for you to support your friend, instead of, I don't know, finding an alternative solution that wouldn't have made you into Kamoshida's bitch? Sometimes I think your level of stupidity surpasses Ryuji at times.
Have you made up your mind?
How the hell did Morgana get in there without being noticed? Well, she fell to her death, almost literally. Almost.
Class is still in session!
Shiho! What the hell's wrong with these people?
Doesn't have anything to do with society being messed up and all. Or as my mom always tells me, it's the phone's fault. I know this is a well-executed scene about what despair and helplessness does to a person who thinks he or she is out of options and serves to push the story forward, but all of that could have been avoided had Shiho either chose to quit or move into another school or communicate to the police the vile acts she endured from Kamoshida if it happened, or try to get evidence which can actually help her to get out of this situation and force the parents to sue the school and the teacher for allowing such an awful behavior to occur instead of committing suicide.
Why'd you run like that, huh?
I didn't run.
I don't think running right after one of your classmates decided to commit suicide would make you any less suspicious, Mishima.
You're going on and on about things you have no proof of.
Well, they would have caught your ass red-handed if someone had a mind and balls to install cameras in order to expose you.
They really are going to do something. They're doing something on their phone? A name... school?
Wasn't the search history saved when Joker unintentionally inputted the keywords vocally, meaning that there was no reason for Aunt to overhear them vocally inputting the keywords? Couldn't they have just shown us the app activating on its own, making her enter the cognitive world? It's nonsensical, yeah, but having Aunt hearing them vocally inputting the same keywords despite the search history being saved is even more nonsensical.
Alright, time to bust on through!
What is this?
Dumbasses.
You better be careful from now on when we use that app.
You should have checked the tools you used. Why do I, the one who was just watching, know more about it than you two?
If you're referring to the MetaNav, then I don't think it's possible to check if nearby civilians would be pulled in or not.
Next up is you, Ryuji. You'll be... let's see... Thug.
Well, you could call him Pirate because... well, he dresses like one? Okay, moving on.
Is this some kind of filming? Who's in charge here? Look, I'll apologize for touching the armor without permission.
I was right about Aunt surpassing Ryuji in terms of stupidity. Not only is she unable to come up with a solution to help her friend, she also can't tell if what's in front of her is a prank or not.
You know what? I'm not some cheap girl you can toy with, you scumbag.
But you sure do dress like one.
What a kind girl. Such admirable consideration for others. And the innocence to cast herself into the jaws of death to achieve her goal. She cares about her friends, and she's beautiful to boot. What a girl. She's captured my heart.
Shep! 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 What are you trying to do?
More like standing still while you're busy with your conversation.
Do you remember anything from the moment you took the medicine until now? By the look in your eyes, I'd say you don't. You briefly woke from your coma, but you were completely dazed during the entire examination. You eventually lost consciousness and fell back asleep. Are you out of your mind? Only an idiot would have drank that.
You mean only an idiot would encourage someone to drink a medicine like that? Also, you're the type of doctor who'd conduct experiments on unconscious people, which is illegal.
That's incredible.
If there were a multitude of difficult books, then why the hell are we forced to buy books from outside instead of using what we have on hand? This is a major idiocy coming from both Joker and Mona. I like the fact that you can use Izanagi no Okami Picaro, the most broken persona at the start of the game. It definitely makes the game way easier in terms of speedrunning, though it makes combat extremely redundant since you barely have to use the characters during combat encounters and their abilities to strategize compared to the vanilla version. But hey, time is important and I have a lot of crap to finish, so I'll just give myself 100 cents for basically cheating and move on.
Let's just say he's a man of high caliber.
Why would you assume that Joker is a man of high caliber? Which he is, granted. But Joker did literally nothing but trip balls during those 5 minutes in front of you.
Now, let's carry out our plan.
I wonder why the stealth mechanic allows Joker and the party members to instantly teleport to a designated corner they locked onto instead of trying to sneak in normally.
Good. Seems like it fits properly.
Showing off before knowing what's being strapped onto your wrist makes you an idiot. If Mona gave a grappling hook to Joker, then I assume he took into account Skull, Panther, and the rest of the Phantom Thieves, right? Wrong. We only ever see Joker using the grappling hook, and while he might look like a jackass who abandons his friends in situations like this, the problem here is that his friends disappear out of existence for some reason and spawn behind Joker.
I get it. The gym's some kind of holy place for him. He's a god there.
An asshole who's done multiple crimes thinks of himself as a god cliché. I like the addition of will seeds in the royal version, in which there are powerful accessories when confronting strong foes, but I feel that it lacks substance mainly because we find it and we just take it like that. It's called a will seed, with the emphasis on the word will, because you can't remove a physical manifestation of the ruler's will without some sort of consequence, like parts of the palace being affected making it unstable, which in turn will put the enemies and the palace's ruler on high alert, making them stronger for a short period until we face the palace's ruler. Why did the devs fail in making a high-risk, high-reward system with the palaces where they could potentially create an even stronger version of the palace's ruler when you don't collect their will seeds versus when you actually collect them?
Who's going to write the card?
Leave it to me.
Why?
Why? Why wouldn't it be me?
I'm with Ryuji. He clearly was the first person to suffer from Kamoshida's actions and his life was ruined. I know Anna and Shiho have suffered way more than Ryuji did, but what I mentioned earlier still stands, and because we gotta have a little more faith in Ryuji. Wait, how the hell did Ryuji post all of these calling cards without getting noticed? If security cameras existed in this place, which sadly doesn't seem to be the case, Ryuji and the Phantom Thieves should have been done for before they even established themselves.
I know what you wanted to say, but it sounded like an idiot trying to be an adult.
Your logo's a little lacking too.
That's coming from the same two who decided on dumb names for the Phantom Thief organization, by the way.
Hey, inmate! I was waiting.
This stupid gag of guys being kicked by girls to enter a room is the most unfunniest bullshit I've ever seen. This is also a case of what would happen if the roles were reversed. You know, every time Joker makes either coffee or curry, he doesn't share it with Mona at all except when they're in palaces or mementos, which makes him look like a stingy dick.
Make sure to do the dishes. Just do it. Don't get cocky with me.
How the hell do you know he was acting cocky? There is a reason why it was a missed opportunity for Joker's voice actor to not voice his lines in Royal. Selling a medal for 30,000 yen can also get you a customized model gun for free. So one is all about the meat, the second is all about cakes, and the third is all about fish. Joker is somewhere between the three of them. Probably. I find it impossible to believe that Joker, the jackass with the pristine memory, doesn't remember the face of the person who caused him to have a criminal record, even though he's standing directly in front of him. So they were stuffed because of how much they ate to the point that they nearly puked, yet they were upset at how the adults were looking at them with a disapproving expression.
I wonder if we're out of place here.
You totally are, considering how many plates you guys finished.
We're gonna catch all these shitty adults by surprise and make ourselves known to the world.
That's nice and all, Ryuji, except for the fact that your voice is so loud anyone could hear you.
I just went with Phantom Thieves of Hearts last time, but don't you think a real name would be cooler?
Choosing a name for your group is pointless because throughout the game they only refer to the group as the Phantom Thieves and not whatever we choose.
Hey, have you seen that Phantom Aficionado website? I'm the one who started it.
I want to work on this forum so eventually it'll be packed with tons of supportive posts.
I'd really like to help out in the Phantom Thieves' acts of justice. Can I, please?
I mean, you already did without getting permission.
She's onto us. That girl seems rather sharp. We should be cautious of her.
Which you never do because of how laid back you guys are.
A car?
It's a minivan, you idiot.
Why are you all just sitting back there? I'm a car, remember? Not going anywhere unless someone drives me.
You can't drive yourself?
Do you know how to drive? That's a bit worrying, but I'll let you handle it. I don't even have that experience to lean on.
You're probably more skilled than I am, too.
All right then, we'll leave the driving to you.
Wow, what a great team. Incompetent.
We're going full throttle. It's time to fly!
But you're on the... whatever.
Drinking flower juice counts as studying?
That's classified under the bullshit category. Imagine if normal people can do that in real life.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. Let's give him a hand. He seems like he could use it, and it shouldn't be too hard to pick flowers while we're exploring, right?
Okay. Any other reasons?
He called me pretty lady.
Predictable. Wait, did Yusuke just watch them come out of Mementos and chat like it was normal? I don't know if he was just standing there, people watching, or if he was just passing by and stopped because Ann grabbed his attention. Is that a bike? Inside of a fucking diner?
I wish I could be more like you guys somehow.
Mishima in a nutshell is one of the best characters in this game, mainly because he's one of the biggest reasons why the Phantom Thieves became popular thanks to his fan site. He continuously brings good requests to the party to help others in Mementos, which means that, without him, the Phantom Thieves would never ever get that kind of reach in terms of receiving requests. He's the first person who supported the Phantom Thieves and was the first person to cheer them on against Yaldabaoth. He had a great confidant which forced him to tackle his own insecurity even if a little and ends on a high note. The fact that he gets sidelined in a game in which he helped the main characters gain the spotlight while being stuck in the gutter is ridiculous, especially since some of the dialogue options are meant to undermine him. This guy is not a Phantom Thief, but should be treated as one.
Yo. You ever expect this place to actually give a shit about our mental health?
Well, our school's made national news. Maybe they figured they'd look even worse if they didn't do anything for us.
And Dr. what's his name?
Maruki.
Yeah, wasn't that guy just basically clowning it up on stage? You really think he'll do us any good?
Ryuji.
Dr. Maruki should have heard that. He was 3 to 4 seconds away from them too.
It must have been especially tough for you after having just transferred here. A castle?
Considering that he knew about cognitive science and witnessed you guys coming out of Kamoshira's castle in the beginning? Yeah, he knows. This is something that is central to this game and is mentioned every time when establishing confidants, and that's making a deal. This means that you enter a purely give-and-take relationship with any confidant of your choosing, and that's normal. But it's kind of surprising that the confidants in this game end up upholding their deal until it's done, more than the ones in real life who just dip out the moment a deal is established.
Size is meaningless if there's nothing inside, you know.
And so is having self-respect versus being a simp, Mona.
All is well that ends well.
I can sense a powerful energy of cringe emanating from this old dude.
It's over.
How about you?
You traitor!
You failed your exams? Does that mean the time I spent studying with you was wasted?
You really came?
Yeah, what did you expect, knucklehead?
Madarame-san is actually here?
Over there!
I'm so glad I came on opening day.
Where the hell did these people come from, and why aren't there security to help manage the chaos?
we gotta walk the rest of the way? What kind of phantom thief takes the train and then walks to their destination?
The type that can't afford a car, I guess, but you do have a point. This is probably the first and only time Anna and Ryuji would follow you normally outside a palace. Yusuke is the type of guy you'd cast as a villain because of his evil laughter.
Maybe the Madarame we heard about in Mementos is a different person.
Man, right when we thought we found a new target, too.
How's the metanav?
Oh,
Hey, the app.
was it picking up our conversation? This display. It means that Madarame has a palace too, right? But why?
At this point, I don't know if this app has a mind of its own or if fake Igor is eavesdropping and is acting on his own.
A building that's related to artists. If we think from there, what would it be?
Oh no, how could I have guessed that an artist would think of his shack as a museum? What do you mean you haven't met any of his victims? Aren't Nakanohara and Yusuke enough of a proof for you? There's even this one guy in Station Square who wanted to paint again.
I have absolutely no interest in her as someone of the opposite sex.
Oh, sure you are.
I'm having trouble staying focused today. I'm sorry, but we'll have to resume this another time.
What the hell do you mean you can't concentrate? At least show me the painting so I can be the judge of that.
I will put my heart and soul into creating the best nude painting ever.
Whoa, shit escalated from 0 to 1000 levels of discomfort.
Someone who received a change of heart contacted me on the fan site. Said he wants to meet with you to discuss another person who needs a change of heart.
I know this is what helps the Phantom Thieves tighten their resolve in starting the attempt in changing Madarame's heart, but why exactly should they meet with Nakanohara to discuss something like this instead of setting up an online meeting of sorts and have the Phantom Thieves talk without showing themselves? It basically defeats the purpose of them hiding their identities early on.
Oh no, I tripped the security.
You were the one making us be careful, too.
No, passing through all of these lasers will draw far too many enemies to our location.
We have infiltration tools. The security will increase, yeah, if they go through the lasers, but that doesn't mean we can't use calming aroma to decrease it, right? It's kind of funny that after each and every single time you stumble upon an obstacle like a password of sorts, you have buffoons who would give you the means you're looking for without even trying to interact with them. Not gonna lie, I like the save rooms inside of the palace, not necessarily for taking a break or saving, but for the kind of feeling it induces when checking up on your teammates who keep growing in number by each palace. It definitely makes the person playing feel like an actual leader of sorts.
Remember? This shack is the basis for Madarame's palace. I actually scouted it out the last time we were here.
Whoa, so this was your plan from the start?
Correct.
You only went scouting because you were bored.
An would be excellent at game sense.
If it's for your sake, Lady An, I won't stop scratching even if all my claws were to break.
Trust me, you would start complaining about them afterwards.
Have you gained some weight?
It must have been funny that she actually took the train and walked to the shack while wearing all of that.
Takamaki-san, are you about... You were wearing all this?
Yusuke is a smarter individual than he looks, but it's so baffling that he wouldn't realize that An is trying to stall him, especially since she's wearing her normal school outfit underneath all that garbage she was wearing.
Somewhere, like, quiet. You know, where we won't get interrupted.
An's acting makes me cringe.
Stay focused.
How the hell did he not notice anything about her bad acting, let alone the fact that she snapped while facing sideways?
Do you not like girls like me?
It's questions like these are what exposes you to emotional manipulation.
I'm more scared of screwing up and having On yell at me.
You got problems to work on, man. No. Your legs should have shattered upon falling down from that height while holding a person whose weight after eating a lot of sweets is questionable. Plus a concussion caused by a cat falling on your head.
This repulsive world?
Repulsive? I figured that you would be the one to see beauty in this place. Sort of.
I'm trying to be rational about this, but my emotions are overwhelming me.
Nah, it's probably the concussion.
Dispose of these thieves!
Get back!
How amusing.
Huh?
It seems the truth is stranger than fiction.
Uno reverse card? Yeah, plot armor. And he's monologuing. Take your time. No, literally.
When did my clothes change?
You just noticed that now?
Let me join. As a member of the Phantom Thieves.
How the hell are people not capable of hearing your conversation? I mean, there's literally a person behind Joker who could have easily heard you. You guys should have been exposed by now because of how laid back you guys are.
Do you wish to draw me? You better bring out the best of me in that case.
Translation, draw him like one of your French cats. After you get the top score in the exams following the Kamoshida incident and walk around the school, you can overhear the students being salty that Joker, the delinquent transfer student that they kept making false rumors about, ended up being the top of the class, and I love how they hate this. The twins of the Velvet Room are the most obnoxious, annoying bastards I've ever seen. Their confidant is only solid when I get to fuse personas of higher levels than mine or train them, and there is nothing else worth mentioning but that. This confidant can be easily finished very early on if you know what you're doing, and if you're like me, playing on New Game Plus, you basically have to summon all of the personas they require from the compendium and their confidant is as good as done. But when you present the personas, they go on and on about the list that Lavenza, their fully combined selves, has created, and somehow this doesn't ring any alarm bells in fake Igor, despite the fact that he can hear what they are saying while casually sitting and facing them. To be fair, he never needed to be rehabilitated to begin with. He's probably going along with what you guys want because you wouldn't stop pestering him. Also, questioning an objective that proves useful in the long run makes you an idiot.
That's it! That's the persona we asked for! You really made it? The inmate with all those pitiful personas actually managed this.
Well, he's the main character. Of course he made it. Ryuji's insta-kill ability you get from reaching rank 7 in his confidant is probably the most game-breaking and least time-consuming ability ever. But it actually allows you to traverse palaces and mementos easily without having to engage in combat so you can focus on exploring, and it only requires you to be on a higher level in the shadows to do so, which is easy.
On the other hand, palaces can't exist within persona users.
Both Futaba and Dr. Markey would beg to differ.
Hey, good job. Huh, what you got there? That's really neat. Wow, this is amazing. I recognize it from my studies. I'm feeling strong human desires coming from this accessory, but it still hasn't reached its full potential. May I see it? I won't do any damage to it. I promise. If I just do this, and then this, done. Here you go, mister. Now that accessory can use its full potential.
It's never fully explained how Jose knows about the will seeds or how he can harness their powers to their fullest potential. Did he actually explore a palace before he actually met the Phantom Thieves, or did the will seed just spawn in mementos and he just happened to find it?
You want me to change mementos? Sure. Here we go. Just watch. I've learned all about this. You see, the cognition flowing through mementos. It's got these things that are similar to what you humans call pressure points. So, if I do this...
Yeah, and those so-called pressure points are exactly in the same place where you are standing currently. How convenient. Also, is he referring to the veins connected to the Holy Grail, or is it something else entirely? So, when you venture into mementos, you start killing shadows, and these shadows are part of the human psyche, or the other selves of each and every single one of the masses. Doesn't that mean that we literally kill humans and not produce a change of heart in them? Yeah, sure, the Phantom Thieves don't kill the mini-bosses, nor the bosses themselves, but they kill those below them. And by killing those low-class shadows, we, in a sense, kill one of the humans from the masses each and every single time we enter mementos. But does that mean that we kill the negative side of these people, or do we kill these people literally? The game established the fact that if you killed the shadow of a palace's ruler, then one in reality would die too. That applies to the mini-boss shadows in Mementos, but what about the ones we face during normal encounters? These shadows in Mementos are not someone else's cognitive version like the ones we see in other palaces, so are the Phantom Thieves and by extension us, the players, committing mass slaughter without realizing it, or am I thinking too hard on this?
No gas, no emissions. You make a pretty green car.
That's me. I'm nice to people and the earth.
Except for Ryuji.
Oh, a rare one! A rare one! Get him!
Chill out, it's not like it's going anywhere because Atlas had the gall to nerf it.
Although, how did he learn of mementos? Perhaps he is even more special than we had anticipated.
I bet he just fumbled around with the metanav until he ended up here. I mean, who'd even be able to tell him about this place? We know everyone who might have access.
First, that compliment should be directed towards Morgana. Second, judging by how the metanav works, there is no way Joker would have been able to come up with the idea to head into the cognitive world where the collective unconscious is linked to, let alone come up with the keywords on his own. Third, who else do they know has the means to enter Mementos? Leaving the Velvet Room residents aside, Akechi seems to be the obvious answer because of his role to induce mental shutdowns in his targets, but that would prove contradictory because Akechi would have to actually meet the twins in person if that's the case. My guess is that Yaldabaoth gave Akechi the power to wield a persona before he split Lavenza into two and then informed the twins about him later. This also poses a question. Since Akechi has the power of the wild card, wouldn't that make him a Velvet Room guest? If he is aware of its existence, then he probably was just pretending to not notice the Velvet Room door while he was entering Mementos with the party.
Oh, and there's not even a 1 in a billion chance you'll win. So you should just forget it.
All will be revealed!
Not bad, inmate.
Not 1 in a billion chance, they said.
Our sisters are gonna get mad at us.
Leaving canonicity aside, does that mean that the Velvet Room is disconnected from the time period of the other protagonists, if that's the case?
Recently, whenever the inmate takes prolonged absences from our chamber, I miss him.
You suddenly develop feelings for an inmate that you treat poorly on a regular basis and you expect me to care about your feelings?
I would not resist you choosing the both of us.
Choosing you both involves the FBI. Does that mean that she has no patience because of this? How is she still running her business?
By the way,
what kind of an idiot calls her assistant a guinea pig instead of his real name in front of her patients? This patient should definitely call the cops on her. We interrupt Persona 5 Royal to bring you Enter the Painting gimmick for Mario 64.
How could this be?
Huh?
You know it's not exactly camouflaged if the backside of the wallpaper is protruding. How exactly is Madarame and his guards not capable of spotting the Phantom Thieves even though they're facing their general direction?
Once we send the card and make Madarame aware it'll be stolen, it'll materialize like, yoo-hoo!
How many times should someone tell these morons to quiet down? The guards are literally right in front of them. They should have easily heard Mona. While wandering in the school, you meet this delusional dude who claims and boasts about being a Phantom Thief, and throughout the game his dialogue changes depending on who the Phantom Thieves have targeted, and at the end game, he says that Joker is his hero. Like, how did this weirdo who has main character syndrome manage to trick himself to being a Phantom Thief and trick himself that Joker is his hero? How crazy is that person?
I have thought it over carefully. And I cannot think of a future in which he does not pay his dues.
Hate to break it to you, but you wish for the opposite in the third semester.
Remove these at once!
Raising your voice and causing a scene because of the calling card while your friends are right behind you would put you directly under suspicion. Grappling hooks aren't exactly viable tools when it comes to stealth because of the noise they produce when launched, especially when there are 4 others besides Joker who still have to swing across.
You seem to be enjoying this.
Only the best can appreciate these critical moments. Plus, this feels like we're really Phantom Thieves.
Weren't you guys already Phantom Thieves after awakening to your personas and resolving to steal Kamoshida's heart? Stop saying stuff that doesn't make sense.
Joker, now!
Hey, no dramatic noises while stealing the treasure.
How dare you try to trap me like some kind of mouse?
Don't worry, it'll happen soon.
I've heard that you destroy your art once they outlive their usefulness. Did that include my mother as well?
She just so happened to have a seizure in front of me. That's when a thought crossed my mind. If I don't call for help and leave her be, I could obtain her painting without any strings attached.
I believe this one crosses the line on so many levels. Choosing to not help someone even though you're capable of doing so, robbing the son of his mother and the legacy she left behind only to tarnish it to attain fame and fortune, plus taking the son in and using him for your own benefit is really disgusting.
The reason why I kept you around was to keep you from realizing the truth behind Sayuri.
Too bad he didn't have the foresight to realize that his lie would eventually be discovered.
I am the god of the art world.
An old bastard claiming to be a god gets put in his place by minors.
But I have to say, you sure are something special. This is our 5th Persona user.
It's true that Joker's arrival in this place caused a lot of shenanigans to happen, but him being special has nothing to do with the party members joining the Phantom Thieves. It's either just coincidence or the writer's way of bullshitting us. I get you, buddy. I get you.
Enough of your arrogance, no good Tora! As if anyone would actually vote for you! Are you planning to embezzle funds again? Or maybe criticize one of your constituents again? You criminal!
I'm no expert on political campaigns, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to disrupt a candidate's campaign without facing legal action even if you dislike the guy for his past mistakes.
I found this flyer stuffed in my mailbox.
You got that flyer in the mail? Why? Wait, you read mail too?
I'm not into it. It's just for research.
That's exactly what any unscrupulous person would say.
My bad, man. What?
Calling a maid service only for both of you to chicken out last minute and leave me alone like this really says something about you two. That actually works. Strengthening your heart by receiving insults? Get help, An. What's the point of these options? We're not even at rank 9 yet. Not to be confused with the Dark Knight Rises film.
If you're busy, I'll put my number in your phone so you can call me later. Sound like a plan?
This guy is clearly harassing her and all of this useless crowd are just idly staring at what's going on. Just a typical day in society.
What are you getting so jumpy about? Like you're anything special.
He really said that while not noticing that stupid receding hairline of his.
Did you really come here from home in your gym clothes? It must be so nice to be a guy.
It's not like it's the end of the world if you came in your PE uniform.
Sweet, a wallet.
Anything in it?
Whoa, yeah, shit ton.
We going splitsies on this? Wait, shouldn't we take that to a police box? What? How was that weird?
At least you're the responsible one in this group.
What the... Why's the wind salty?
Ah, the latest trend. Getting high by salt.
It'd be a different story if all those rumors were actually true, though. What were all the crimes I'd heard? Burglary, murder, and elephant tusk trafficking, was it? Even I can tell you're joking.
You'll get to experience that too. Late game, of course.
Hey, I can grant that wish of yours, but you better have the money. These things are worth hundreds of thousands of yen per unit. Sometimes they even reach the millions, depending on how I feel.
Millions depending on how you feel? I know the model guns and customizations you produce are cool and high quality at that, But the way you phrase it makes it sound like a scam. Or, instead of paying millions, I can just use the electric chair to gain better weapons. Simple as that.
Really?
Being chronically online monitoring the fandom has really brought quite the useless superficial influence on you. I just hope that you don't delve into brain rot territory and get influenced by it. I mean, you really should have just called her that and hung up on her, no questions asked. Bro really needs some of Joker's will of rebellion to stop caring.
Yeah.
How does the guy behind Joker and the girl next to him not notice the infiltration tools he's making even though they have a clear view of him and rat him out?
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the chariot, granting thee infinite power.
I kinda find the whole confidant thing very funny, like, how exactly does a normal bond with anyone consist of 10 ranks only and not more? To complete every individual confidant, you must summon a persona that matches the arcana of the confidant you'll be spending time with, in order to deepen your bond with him or her, and if you don't, you'll basically be wasting time. This system only works with those who have the power of the wild card, but what about the others who don't have it? How do they succeed in deepening their bonds with their confidants if they go about their day without a persona matching the arcana of their confidants? That is, assuming of course they know what an arcana is and its traits. Do the ranks increase normally, or do they waste days endlessly trying to increase it?
Alright, now I have that off my chest, let's do this! First up, the Phantom Thieves.
How are the people sitting beside you not hear that? Are they deaf?
What?
Oh please, we're not that dumb to believe that. Backway? There isn't a backway in a cramped store like this, unless if you're referring to the window, which, good luck with the landing, I guess. Hey there, not so subtle Yagami Light bootleg.
From now on, we'll need to be even more cautious than before. Look at us. Right after the second Thieves incident, both prior victims are meeting up.
Wait, you mean people might be listening to us?
You're in public, of course people would hear you. Being cautious was never any of your forte, might as well put a sign behind you saying I'm a phantom thief.
Yusuke, you able to get anything out of Madarame? Remember how he was talking about that suspicious person in the black mask?
How exactly would he extract a confession about the guy with the black mask from the real Madarame if his shadow self was the one who saw him and not the other way around? Why isn't this guy charged and imprisoned already?
Oh crap, the social studies trip! Oh, I just want to ditch it.
You'd better go to your school activities. Didn't I tell you not to draw attention to yourselves?
Wouldn't me suddenly turning into a good student stand out more?
Well, he has a point.
Sorry about that. He asked if I needed a ride since it's raining. A bit overprotective, don't you think?
Who's gonna tell her?
Hey!
Remain innocent, Morgana. Please. Foreshadowing. Spending time with those two outside of the Velvet Room is like throwing away a day of your existence in the rubbish just in favor of some cards. I wish I can say getting cards from them is helpful, but it's not, since I can gain them way before I can go out with them. At this point, I don't know what's intriguing, the fact that they find everything amusing or that both them and humans are stupid. The challenge just started and they're already talking. Would you two shut up for a moment?
President, What is the meaning of that posting?
Principal Kobayakawa put that up without my... We've already received some anonymous information. I heard some students are getting threatened. I'm so scared. Please do something. What?
They have dirt on me and they're demanding money? I can't go to the police, what should I do? Isn't this talking about the crimes that have been rumored to be occurring in Shibuya?
So there are even victims at our school. What should we do?
This isn't the responsibility of the student council.
Nor is it the problem of a school that agreed to cover up Kamoshira's vile acts. They're hidden in plain sight and they're stupid. What are the odds?
It appears there are students at Shuchen who are being threatened by a criminal organization. A student who saw your posting came to us looking for help. I'd like to request a countermeasure.
What kind of countermeasure do you expect from a school that allowed physical and sexual abuse on their student body? Even if they supposedly agreed to find a solution, what exactly would they do to prevent a criminal organization like that from blackmailing students?
Hey there. You want to be on TV?
Huh?
You've got a slammin' bot after all.
First, who the hell starts a conversation like that? Second, why is nobody reporting this creep for trying to make advances on a minor?
Let's have you see what it's like to be an AC. Oh, that stands for assistant camera. When we're moving cameras, we need people who can keep the cables from getting tangled up. The blonde will do. He seems like he's got energy to spare anyway. Guy next to him, you can come too if you're feeling lonely. Come on, hurry up and grab the cables.
Yeah, why the hell would you allow an incompetent trash to tell you to do manual labor instead of doing it himself? It's his job, so why are you buffoons going along with what that trash said? You're on a trip, meaning that you're not even obligated to do so.
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
And thus, them pancake memes were born. It's also kind of funny that the mere mentioning of pancakes is what exposes Akechi and saves the lives of the Phantom Thieves.
If someone else could help him, we wouldn't be doing stuff as the Phantom Thieves to start with.
So you think it's true? We'll be okay if we keep doing this, right?
We can't let the cops scare us out of being Phantom Thieves.
Those two idiots. Weren't they told to remain extra cautious, but they just ignore that like it's another robbery on a Tuesday morning?
The hell?
You three seem to be having so much fun. I'm a little jealous.
Are you snooping on us again?
She just took a photo of you, heard your conversations about being Phantom Thieves, and recorded said conversations even though it's bullshit, since An had to have noticed Makoto recording Ryuji's voice and called her out for it.
Oh, I decided to leave the school dorms.
Why the hell would you decide to leave the dorm on your own? You're almost a penniless beggar with no money. And this is a scholarship funded by your school, if I might add. Eccentricity has nothing to do with your stupidity.
I was planning on staying at Takamaki-san's, Ann's house. I've even prepared a thank you gift. I hope it's to your parents' liking.
What? There's no way that's gonna happen.
Impossible.
You're the impossible one.
Come stay at our place. It's dirty, but at least you'll have somewhere to sleep.
This stupid cat. Who the hell does he think he is to just nonchalantly invite Yusuke to crash into LeBlanc's attic without consulting Joker? At least ask Joker so he would do something about it instead of going happy-go-lucky about it.
Oh, give me a taste.
Why is An allowing Ryuji to drink from her cup?
We haven't finished our meal. What about the porridge? Or even udon?
Don't bother and take the food home, Yusuke. You need it more than them.
You know every detail of my past at this point. It's only fair you tell me every detail of yours.
Except An, who's pretending to be asleep here.
Old guys like it hot for some reason. I'm sure he'll stop eventually.
He turned that handle like 26 times that heat. That shouldn't be possible.
I'll return to the dorms and start over by talking with the people closest to me.
I see. Good on you for realizing that yourself.
All he had to do was just eat hot pot to figure something like that out. Something about these confidants that bother me is the fact that they are able to deduce Joker's identity as a phantom thief after he asks the full name of the guys who are oppressing them to trigger a change of heart in them almost immediately. And while it's refreshing not seeing some of the side characters act like idiots, it's also nonsensical because Joker could have easily made the excuse that he put their names on the fan site as a request for the phantom thieves to change their hearts without giving off a hint of his identity to anyone, with the exception of Yoshida because we didn't change anyone's heart in his confidant, and Shinya because we literally gave him a calling card with the hacking of the Gunabout website.
Hey, where you at? Taking a leak? Let's meet up at the usual spot to hold our Phantom Thieves meeting.
Ryuji, you dumb fuck.
That's why I would like to verify the justice you speak of.
Verify what? Did the past 2 change of heart incidents not prove anything to you, or are you just a mindless spectator? Having Joker ditch class is fine, but how is Kawakami able to use the intercom several times to call teachers without getting caught? And why aren't there cameras installed in this stupid school after the Kamoshida incident? Why the hell would Joker venture into Mementos with Yusuke to get inspiration for art without Mona or the rest of the Phantom Thieves? I get that this is Yusuke's confidant, but Mementos is a dangerous place to be in, so at least take Mona with you. Also, why aren't Joker and Yusuke tired after going into Mementos?
You're in your uniform?
Huh? No choice. I didn't have the time to go home.
What do you mean you didn't have time to go and change your uniform? All you had to do was swap the pants. The pants, you lazy buffoon.
Junya Kaneshiro. I think he's probably the guy you're looking for.
How the hell did this reporter who reeks of alcohol get information on the mafia boss? I don't buy that she has connections given the bullshit that she's going through in her confidant. If anything, this should have been impossible even for her. Why the hell would anyone leave Ryuji to some gay-ass dudes who can't mind their own damn business? You and Mona are horrible friends, Joker.
I can't believe you guys ditched me yesterday. I almost entered a world I want nothing to do with.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Just start it up, Yusuke.
The fact that this gets brushed off so fast equals a sin.
But wait, is it okay for us to go into the palace right out of a crowd like this?
Nobody notices if a piece of trash disappears from a trash can. This ain't any different.
First, thank you for stating the obvious. Second, I'm pretty sure people would notice if 4 people and a cat disappeared at once in broad daylight.
Can you turn into a helicopter, Morgana?
No, just a car.
If cats in the shape of vehicles are widespread cognition for some reason, wouldn't 4 individuals changing their cognition from a cat minivan to a cat helicopter be enough? You even said that it requires practice, so it's not impossible.
Isn't it about time you grew up and acknowledged our situation? Right now, you're useless to me. All you do is eat away at my life.
Emotional damage!
That idiot! What's she doing?
I heard I could find someone named Kaneshiro if I came to Central Street.
Central Street?
She's being too rash.
I get Makoto's intentions of helping others to not be useless, but being reckless and acting out of desperation could have caused the Phantom Thieves' demise if they pulled one wrong move. This is the Mafia we're talking about.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to drag you in like this.
For real.
I was stupid.
I must agree. You should have easily imagined this happening.
How did Joker call Sojiro without even looking at his contact info?
She reminds me of an empress. You got anything, Joker?
Whoa, I totally see it.
It fits so well that I'm at a loss for words here.
Queen. It has a nice ring to it. I like it. Let's go with that.
Queen? No, there's no way in hell you earned that codename. And it doesn't fit with someone whose true personality is a motorcycle-riding punk.
Wait, the Phantom Thieves were acting without any plans?
We pretty much look around the area. I provide navigation when needed. And then,
If we'd run into Shadows, we'd beat the shit out of him.
It's pretty much the same thing till the end of the game, really. How exactly did Kaneshiro's journal that contains necessary components of the password drop from his pocket?
Joker!
That actually works.
Holy shit! What the hell?
Who the hell in the dev team had a huge boner for Makoto and decided to turn Kaneshiro into a fucking fly after she literally said that she's gonna
Crush him like a fly.
I can take care of this myself. What's up, yo? Now come get some.
What's with this guy's attitude change? Once a mafia boss, a bank owner, and now a gangster rapper? Pick a lane to walk on, man.
Pig?
Then why is it modeled after a pig and has pig as the initials for Piggytron? Are you stupid?
Motherfucker! You're supposed to die!
Okay, all set.
Fine. Wait, there's no road!
Ain't the vault in the lowest level of the palace? How exactly did they get to the highest level of the palace if they had to use an elevator while driving and backtrack all the way to where the top is before the palace collapsed on them?
Thank goodness nobody was hurt.
From that height? No. You guys should be dead.
I knew it.
How did you get that?
I simply memorized the combination.
That's not something really worthy of attention. But what is worthy of attention is why the hell would he allow a basic hostage like you to get a good view of his deals and secrets? You didn't even stay with him that long to memorize his lock combination. That'll be 2 sins.
It's gonna be deluxe pork soup combo for me from here on out.
Ryuji, you simple-minded twat.
Yes!
You really have to be a natural-born airhead to not notice sarcasm, right? One of the most time-efficient methods a person can use in this game is to let the list of requests pile up so you can finish it off in one day. Just imagine how tedious it would be to go through up to 20 to 30 floors in Mementos just to deal with one person. This is a problem that some of the confidants suffer from, and that is the lack of a compelling story. Take On for example. Her story was supposed to be about growing stronger with her friend Shiho, who started rehab after the incident. Instead of letting us go with On to see with our own eyes Shiho undergoing rehab and how hard it would be for both her and On, it's centered about some sort of rivalry with some trash model, and there's nothing else worth mentioning but that. Growing stronger to heal from the scars together should have been the first thing on the list of a game that promotes the "my friends are my power" bullshit. I understand how important Chihiya's confidant, given the fact that you can use her most important abilities such as deepening your bond with any confidant of choice if you're low on time, or sound the alarm in the Velvet Room to fuse or upgrade your persona. But I think the requirements to start her confidant are a little excessive. You are forced to sit with her for up to 4 days in order to start her confidant, which includes wasting a night finding out if her powers are legit or not, paying 100,000 yen for a stupid holy stone that's just salt, confronting her about it, and proving her ideology wrong by going to Mementos, then coming back the next night just to start her confidant. Yeah, she ends up returning the 100,000 yen, but wasting 4 days for a confidant is not an ideal thing, especially since she's getting paid handsomely for the services she's providing. How long was she giving those trash money? And isn't that period proof enough for her to be remorseful? This is extortion. How do you get discharged from the hospital a day after you collapse without a doctor giving you a leave of absence for a few days because of health problems?
What?
Yeah, how and where did they get info about her job as a maid? Why didn't you play dumb just like with your colleague? Or did you forget how to keep your guard up?
No matter how hard they looked, even our organized crime department couldn't catch Junya Kaneshiro. And yet he simply turned himself in. Even confessed all his crimes. The Phantom Thieves.
Is it a crime to manipulate someone's heart?
Depending on the means, yes. He's absolutely right.
Even if it makes someone admit their evil deeds and helps make them pay for their crimes?
I hope she hasn't fallen under their influence.
Oh, you have no idea.
Do you remember what the fake Kaneshiro said towards the end?
Yeah, he said we're not the only ones who are doing it.
Not gonna let it bother me.
If you had two palace rulers who informed you about another metaverse user, ain't that enough of a proof for you guys to take this seriously instead of acting like careless bums throughout the story? Why the sleeping Warren flashing forward to the interrogation room? I can already imagine what she'll say next.
Where should we go? I feel like I'll study better if I got something to look forward to.
Ryuji, even if you were offered by chance $1 million just to study and pass your exams, you would still flunk them.
Hey, what about fireworks? A fireworks festival!
Another basic cliche thing that occurs in almost every Japanese shonen show or a game is a fireworks festival. It's really boring.
Getting help from others is totally fine, but in the end, it takes a person's initiative to truly create lasting change. If society relied upon a safety net like the Phantom Thieves, I worry that people would stop making a conscious effort.
Once again, who's gonna tell her?
I was up playing video games. Slacking off is just too much fun.
I know, right? I kept cleaning my room instead of studying. It might even be too clean now.
You two are perfect exemplars of what escapism can mean.
Yusuke would be great at game sense.
That was truly cringeworthy. But are you certain that they won't air any of it?
Hate to break it to you, but they did. So you have money to own a yukata, yet you don't have the bare minimum when it comes to food?
Oh, it's so hot.
I feel like I'm being baked.
Those girls are way too late.
You know, if waiting for them to get dressed would take this long, I wouldn't have bothered coming. I can disregard the others not knowing about the rainstorms that are coming, even though most of them are online, but Joker was notified of this the day before the festival. He could have informed his friends about this at the very least.
This doesn't make any sense. Not only can Alibaba not go out, but he won't let us meet Futaba either.
Well, it's none of our business now. We can't contact him anymore.
But what do we do about Medjed? We won't be able to get Alibaba to help us with them now.
Maybe they were just pranking us. They made that huge declaration, but they ain't done nothing since. I bet we got them freaked out.
You mean they backed out because they're afraid we'll change their hearts?
Yep, and now it'd just make them look lame if they came out and apologized.
But
I guess with Alibaba and Medjed out of the picture, can we just say this case is closed?
You do have a point.
What? Why would you assume that something like this is over? Is everyone in this universe dumb enough to think that situations like these are easily resolved?
Man, and it's all thanks to us being the Phantom Thieves.
Ryuji, I swear to God.
My profiling of the Phantom Thieves has led me to believe they are a group of juveniles. They have a relative amount of free time after school and a hideout to slip away to. Furthermore, considering Kamoshida was their first target, it seems they began activity around April. In a way, all I've just said about the Phantom Thieves coincides with the group you have here.
What? You gonna report us?
Not gonna lie, you guys should have been busted a long time ago.
Oh, it's so damn hot here.
Shouldn't your feet be burning from all that heat?
Tomb in the desert.
It's called a pyramid. I know An is an airhead and even more so than Ryuji, but going into a shoot with fake-ass Mika, even under the warning that she was going to be showed up by her and she still does it anyway, just goes beyond the stupidity scale. Even choosing to say that Mika would be a better Phantom Thief is not helping her either. You do know that they're taking pictures of you while you're making that stupid face, right? Pretty much every smartass who knows nothing about video games, let alone played one, has this exact same response. It's realistic. I see that Yusuke is the only one who frequently visits LeBlanc. I'd treat him any day if I wasn't so busy with this social links BS.
What?
I'm pretty sure you can't call yourself a traitor if you're out here brandishing a sword and swinging it like an idiot.
Is this...
Quicksand! Everyone, swim with all your might!
Hey, you guys still alive?
just older than this. Did we piss her off somehow?
I don't think it has anything to do with us angering her. I suspect the problem is that she can't control her instinct to push people away from her.
Being left in the middle of the desert, almost getting crushed by a boulder, falling into a quicksand trap, not to mention the other crap we faced during the infiltration. Dude, she subconsciously wants people to die.
An eyeball? What's this? Huh. When did it get on here?
I'm pretty sure that's not how this app works.
What did she say afterwards? There was more.
Did she say... My research is almost over. Once it's finished, we can go wherever you like. I'm sorry I've left you alone for so long, Futaba. Please try to understand, though. This research is really important. I need to complete it. Even if it costs me my life.
There is no way she remembers what her mother said down to the exact same word. It would have been more believable if she described what she said and not quoted because of her word memory.
It's because I couldn't face myself, or Mom's death. Even then, why did they have to yell at me like that?
After all of that, this is what you're most upset about? So one has a persona in the shape of a ship, the second has one in the shape of a bike, and the third has one in the shape of a UFO. It's not surprising anymore.
I'm summoning our ultimate weapon to the battlefield!
That's your secret weapon? A ballista? I thought you were going to pull out a cool laser cannon or something. Color me disappointed. Someone wrote that last part and got paid for it. This is really cringeworthy. Joker, where exactly are you aiming this gun at?
Oh, right. Medjed.
Where are you going?
Home. I know how to use the nav now.
Seriously? Not a thank you for basically stealing her heart and saving her life? She did not even try to help them leave normally and left the palace to collapse on them. What a worthless fried motherboard.
Reminds me, where's Futaba?
What about Futaba?
Yes! We came all this way, so how about we enjoy some coffee?
Oh, that's a great idea!
That's fine, but...
How the hell did they get away with this? And why isn't Sojiro questioning them aggressively?
So, how is her condition?
Her pulse, breathing, temperature, and blood pressure are all normal. No ocular abnormalities either. I'm not sure why, but it seems this girl is in some kind of light stupor.
I can finish Futaba's palace in one day without even using any of the DLC personas, but she takes the entire month to recover regardless of when I finish the palace. Light stupor, she says. Also, who the fuck would sleep that long? This would be considered a fucking coma. Another model? Weren't Yukari from Persona 3, Rise from Persona 4, and On from Persona 5 be considered more than enough for that role? Or does Atlas like spamming models whenever they like? Working jobs in this game is extremely outrageous because not only can you work whenever and wherever you want, you get paid double the amount on certain days, which is something that almost never happens and makes a lot of full-timers blood boil. Why are the Phantom Thieves heading to Mementos at night just to deal with Mishima? I get that it's for his confidant to proceed as easy as possible, but that comes at a cost of them not being consistent with what we've seen them do so far. Convene after school at the hideout and then go into Memento since they aren't supposed to go there at night.
Seriously?
Damn, Ryuji rejecting An is pure gold. Characters or people in real life who openly take time out of someone's day just to do or say stuff like that deserve to be in hell. Makoto's confidant is just as boring as An's confidant. There is little to no exploration or reflection on their trauma and how lonely they are as individuals, or how the past events changed them to who they are right now. It's just centered about some random NPCs who add nothing to their development, and no, being forced to be Makoto's boyfriend just to go on a useless double date with a shady bastard and a narrow-minded idiotic woman is not interesting in the slightest, especially when the game demands me to max out both my knowledge and charm to do that. Why would anyone in the world go into a cafe and randomly starts drinking a coffee that's already been paid for and sipped on or left like that instead of, I don't know, ordering a new one?
You're just tapping away over there. Are you sure this will work? Hey, Futaba! I don't think she can hear me. Talk about intense concentration.
She has an incredible hyperfocus, yet she loses parts of her brain cells connected to her ears.
Let's go to the beach! There'll be tons of people there. Plus, we got totally dried out in that desert.
Another basic cliched event in any shonen anime or game is the beach, in addition to a worthless, cringy, and absolutely pathetic babe hunt operation.
Don't think too hard about our conversation. We're just going to talk about ordinary topics today.
And what do you mean by ordinary topics?
You know, things like food or the weather. Well then, let's begin with food. What do you like to eat, Futaba?
Organic ones.
That wasn't exactly what I meant. Let's try a different topic. How about the weather? I heard that this heat wave is showing no sign of stopping.
Dunno, I haven't been out.
Oh, right.
Makoto's getting overwhelmed.
This is odd. It wasn't supposed to go like this.
How exactly do you deal with people?
Oh, superb.
Discount DBZ Ginyu Force.
Come on! Don't get the smoke on me!
Super double move! Whee!
Will you listen to...
Why are you just standing like that? Move out of the way or attack her. Do something.
Are you sure you'll be alright?
It's just a day trip. Don't underestimate me.
He's worried about you, dumbass.
What are you doing with those lobsters?
While you were busy with your interrogation, I found these beautiful specimens on sale, and so I decided to spend the last of my money on them.
Well, at least he has his priorities straight. Who the hell eats like that?
What a busy girl.
It's only because you didn't teach her how to eat like a normal person.
But I'm okay outside as long as it's with him. Is he some kind of key item? Please, be my key item.
Why the hell are you objectifying him? First a shady doctor and now this? What kind of an MC is this?
You students are so lucky. You get an entire month off for summer and get to go to Hawaii, too.
What do you mean they're lucky? You're going too. Summer vacation is already over and they're already going to Hawaii. They just had their fun on the beach. Why would you extend this crap that we've already been through? Renting a girlfriend is one of the most pathetic things a guy can do. Not only do you throw away your dignity on the ground for someone who will never be yours and feel like shit afterwards, but you also hurt your wallet in the process.
Settled.
Why is making a list of 4 things for Futaba literally take an entire day from me instead of giving me more time to do something else?
Shit.
Why were you waiting around until your boss showed up? And why the hell would you come up with the excuse that you're dating a minor? This is the second time this occurs in this game where I have to pretend to be someone's boyfriend for some dumb reason. And for that, I'll add 10 cents to the counter. I'm surprised no one caught, sued, or even arrested you for all of this.
By the way, you're rooming with Mishima, right? How is it? Anything interesting?
Priorities.
Oh, Kumara? Ain't that the guy who's at the top of the fan site rankings?
Is that true?
I guarantee it. I don't make mistakes about that kind of stuff.
If you'd only do the same thing when it comes to studying.
Just hear me out. The guy I'm rooming with went and brought his girlfriend back to the room. It felt totally awkward staying in there with him. I'm just gonna sleep here tonight.
The girl I was sharing a room with took off to her boyfriend's room.
I know that feeling.
And she took the key. I stepped outside for just a second and the auto lock kicked in. I can't get back in my room.
First, why would you allow some random schmuck to have the key to your room so she can go to her boyfriend's room instead of owning it for yourself? Second, if they used common sense, they'd realize that the girl went to the same room where Ryuji and her boyfriend were in.
It'll be too much hassle for me to go anywhere else. I'll just sleep in here tonight.
Wait, what? I don't know if that's a good idea.
I won't go back.
Her stupidity really does exceed Ryuji's. Why exactly does she intend on staying here instead of reporting those two, or actually have both her and Ryuji realize what I mentioned earlier, then go and retrieve the key? Not only that, she's risking the four of them being labeled again. At this rate, natural-born airhead won't be enough to convey her stupidity.
We ended up walking around, same as we always do in Japan. I mean, we even ate at a freaking Big Bang Burger. It's like we never left.
I keep asking myself that each time I travel to a new place with my friends and decide to eat the most generic thing possible.
We can get some girls' numbers during the day and sneak away to them at night. You in or what?
Another babe hunt operation? At this point, I'd rather be alone or just punch Ryuji in the face than be dragged like this all day long.
Alright, let's go!
You do know Morgana is a male, right? I see what you're doing here, Atlas. I see.
How was Hawaii? He's been Hawaiianized.
You'd pretty much be the same if you actually tagged along with them.
You tell them, Inari.
Why me? First, Prosecutor Nijima has been looking into the continued cases of people suddenly collapsing. It seems she is searching for a common thread to tie them all together. Some parts seem to be speculation, but she has cited a beneficiary of the majority of these incidents. The corporation Okumura Foods. More prominently, its CEO, Kunikazu Okumura.
Okumura? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere.
Are you serious? You literally mentioned him like 4 days ago. Get it together, man.
Fine. I can take on some small-time target like Okumura on my own. Sorry, but it looks like I'll be getting the credit for solving the mental shutdown mystery. I'm going to show you who the useless one actually is. I'm really messed up.
Yeah, that didn't take long. How convenient that Akechi just so happened to show up here of all places randomly. I always think about how ridiculously stupid JRPGs are. You have characters with powerful skills to delete entire health bars and kill fake deities, and then you have them get stopped by a little fucking authentication door. Why can't they just blow it sky high using their personas? Who cares if this makes a lot of noise? They literally yell at the top of their lungs every time they start a battle and nobody hears this shit. Why should they care if they destroy one fucking door to smithereens?
This beauty thief.
Beauty thief?
I'll have you know she's a persona user too. My name is Beauty Thief.
This. He actually made her call herself that.
Any tension that was in the air has just gone out the window.
Mona just ended up butchering Haru's introduction to prove a stupid point instead of calling them out on what they should have actually done. I can confidently say he's an absolute idiot.
Bet you're tired.
That was quite rough. I haven't felt exhaustion like this since I first awakened to my persona.
This game has cheap cuts like at the end of Kanashiro's palace and at the start of Okumura's palace, where it actually makes us think that the Phantom Thieves ran from the shadows to the starting point of the palace and straight to Leblon, while making it sound like the shadows were still chasing them when they actually ran to the starting point, got outside of the metaverse, ran from Okumura HQ, which should have raised suspicion about juveniles running away from HQ after the reported break-in on the news, boarded the train, and went straight to Leblon.
There's no way for me to change my father's company. But if I became a Phantom Thief, I thought I'd at least be able to change him. I can't cooperate with people who don't know what they want to do. What you're doing is unnecessarily causing a stir among the public. Besides, the Phantom Thieves who should be helping the weak are not helping their own teammate.
You should have told them that when you introduced yourself instead of going along with the bullshit Mona told you to say.
Well, it's like... it was my bad too. I mean, I don't mind if you're not human or if you're useless.
God damn it, Ryuji, you had one job. Why exactly is Mona and Haru going in the exact opposite direction they came from? How the hell did they crash? It was a fucking straight line.
What were you doing somewhere without any reception? Out late with guys, that's it, isn't it?
I would never do such a thing.
Come on, let me have some fun too, will ya?
Imagine yourself being the fiance of a rich lady. Then imagine yourself being this pathetic to basically demand to fool around with her when she literally has no thoughts of this stuff to begin with. That's this guy. I get that he's her fiance, but he's seriously the type of guy that a hooker would suit him best.
Whoa!
How exactly did she wiretap LeBlanc when she was a shutting for so long and refused to leave her room? Did she actually sneak out in the middle of the night to do that?
I'm sorry. I've had a change of heart. I'll prove it.
Father.
Haru, you were always so agreeable. Whether it was in school or after, you only ever did as I said. You've become so admirable.
What's gotten into him?
What do you mean what's gotten into him? He's trying to trick you, you idiotic buffoons. You should have seen that eons away. People might think that Oya's confidant is one of the worst confidants in this game, and while that may be the case to some extent, with us being forced to pretend to be in a relationship with her, her story on the other hand is not boring, but is executed very poorly. Oya's confidant revolves around an incident that caused her friend to go missing after a bureaucrat is found dead at a love hotel, and at the end of the confidant she finds her friend at a mental hospital. Now instead of relaying information to us, why not let us go with her on certain places where she might find clues about her missing friend as a replacement for pretending to be her boyfriend bullshit and being stuck in the bar all the time. When she actually uncovers clues that might lead somewhere, have her manager do the same thing he did in her original confidant. While she's busy with that workload, have us be an actual active force in finding definitive clues about her friend's whereabouts, and then ask her for her manager's name to change his heart. After we do, she follows the leads we found for her, and we both get to actually visit her friend and see her with our own eyes, and the rest would play out the same.
Allow me to warn you on one matter. Being at the peak may mean you are mere moments from your downfall. Unexpected situations are necessary in a game, after all.
Foreshadowing. It's actually kind of funny to think that the party members, who are actually NPCs with nothing to do most of the time, are always waiting at their designated spot where they stand around for ages doing nothing until Joker decides to hang out with them. That's not actually how it works in real life, and the same goes for texting as well. What do you mean is it okay to tell them? She lied about the photo shoot scheduling, canceled some of her colleagues' photo shoots to benefit from it, and acted without your consent. This trash should be fired and sued for the damages she caused.
I see.
No way, man!
How could this be?
I get that you're concerned about not achieving your potential, all while being worried that your art is going to be tainted if it's just to get money, but wouldn't it be easier for you to just apply for a freelance animation job or just buy a digital tablet for drawing to help raise and elevate yourself? You have a fucking tech genius who can pretty much show you how to make an online page for the world to see your art and create a business out of it. Couldn't she have decided to not respond to some of his messages and show her the text he sent to her as proof that he's pursuing her and not the other way around to convince her? You're surprised that Joker knows so much about life and has a lot of friends and connections, yet you're not surprised or even worried that Joker is a regular in a fucking bar not meant for minors like you or him?
But at the rate that things are going, Yoshizawa-san's honor status could possibly be revoked.
Wouldn't it be easier to encourage her by just mentioning that her dream cannot be attained if her performance remains like that?
Beginning navigation.
Seriously? Again? I understand that it was either for plot reasons that this app has a mind of its own, or if it's fake Igor's meddling that the app opened itself and sent Joker and Ryuji to Kamoshida's castle, or opened itself when the group was discussing entering Madarame's palace. But here, it makes less sense because the app opened itself and just transported Joker, Mona, and Sumi in the palace with no keywords or anything of the sorts. And while some may chalk it up to Sumire being one of those who accepted Maruki's reality to live as Kasumi and is granted access to the palace, it still doesn't answer the question of why now of all times would the app randomly open itself and send them to the palace. Maruki didn't desire for them to enter the palace, so how?
Senpai, right? I knew it.
It's definitely the hair.
I'll let that last part slide this time. But isn't there something else that should be surprising you?
Huh? A cat's talking?
Very delayed reaction there.
So, you mean you want me to join the Phantom Thieves?
In a nutshell, yeah. You've awakened to your persona, you're aware of the existence of palaces, and from the looks of things, you've got quite the potential. If you're willing to join us, we'd be glad to have you.
You could have also added the part where fighting shadows would probably help her come up with a way to improve her gymnastics routine, but common sense is absent most of the time here, so why do I bother?
I see!
You know, if there is anything you lack, Futaba, it's the lack of manners, respect, tact, not shoving your nose into other people's business, and the ability to keep your mouth shut. And that's not mentioning that you're an actual NPC, by the way. I don't like how bland Hifumi's confidant is. Her story is about her mother trying to capitalize on her looks to attain fame and fortune, which is pretty much the same situation as Futaba's friend. And while it's good to have someone in front of us experiencing this, unfortunately for her, she has no character depth. Even her off-screen bedridden father is not adding anything to her character. Why not have Joker attend one of Hifumi's matches and have her discover that the matches she's participating in were fixed in her favor by her mother after eavesdropping on one of the players she was up against earlier, and have her confidence crushed. Let her wallow in self-doubt for a bit where she questions her ability as a shogi player, and have her invite one or two of those players she was up against before to prove herself wrong, only to have her annihilated. While having her feel utterly hopeless about being a sham, have her exhibit the same understanding she had in her original confidant, and have Joker give her the idea of talking to her father so he can remind her why shogi is important to her, which would give her the courage to reject her mother's way of thinking, and the rest would play out the same as the original.
Well then, how about a night party at Destinyland?
By Destinyland, do you mean that Kingdom of Dreams?
It would be a bit late, but there are some plans that allow us to rent out the park for the night.
The entire park? You're talking about the Destinyland, right?
Didn't you say you'd like to do something amongst ourselves?
I did, but...
Hold on, I'll go check.
She really thinks like a celebrity.
There always has to be a filthy rich person in the group. Actually, no, this is one of so many cliched character types as every character from the previous games. For example, you have the delinquent hot-headed buffoon with a touch of yellow hair on the side who can pretty much flunk every exam and act like it's fine the next day. And all he thinks about is women. The model, because sexualization is important and not the character. Not to mention that she's about as dumb or even dumber than the delinquent too. The tech genius, because that's useful I guess, for whatever reason. The student council president that always has to be a female for some reason, which is so overdone that you start to get bored by how unoriginal this role is. And this student council president always happens to be quite confident and capable, yet is an absolute idiot when it comes to interacting with others and experiencing new things. The mascot, because everyone needs one, I guess. The eccentric weirdo who has androgynous tendencies. The ace detective, because it's actually funny to hear them call the group out for being imbeciles or idiots. The silent protagonist, which is a staple here and is quite boring since he doesn't actually interact with others, but we're the ones doing it for him.
Huh? Father? Why did he collapse?
The Okuma incident is the peak and downfall of the Phantom Thieves, and that's okay. But what's not okay is how none of these idiots, especially Makoto and Futaba, figured out that the fan site has been tampered with given the rankings. Couldn't they have seen through this, considering how convenient it is that Okuma was on top of the list of being targeted, how he was responsible for some of the mental shutdowns that happened to his rival companies, and how the perpetrator of the mental shutdowns would be inside the palace to dispose of him before revealing anything substantial about him and his connection to Shiro?